The big story, as you can see, is weather. We are currently right on the edge of a pretty good thunderstorm, depending on which map you look at here. Most of it is off to the east of us, so we are hopeful we'll be able to kind of get up, shoot the gap here a little bit, and head in from Nantucket, or excuse me, from Teterboro to Nantucket. We're in the Flight 1 King Air 200, and we welcome you aboard. Hope everybody is having an amazing Thursday.
Air Canada 5958 at stand 10 with information echo requesting clearance to Toronto.
It's a pretty busy airspace here, as usual, but there is no ATC currently covering Teterboro, so we're going to just depart VFR. We've got our route entered and pretty much everything ready to go. We just need to taxi out and complete our checklist and make our departure. Turn our lights on here. Temperature 75, but we'll probably throw some anti-ice on here just in case. Just on the pitos. Might throw some of that on here later on if the temperature gets a little crazy.
You were supposed to remain on runway heading as per the departure.
All right.
You're currently
Pop the brake, and we will make our way up to runway 19er.
But just for next time, make sure you remain on the assigned heading.
I'm expecting this scenery to be very, I guess, choppy frame rate wise.
Yeah, normally we give you a turn on course.
The weather here tends to really tax my system, but yeah, we'll see here. So we're going to go up, we're looking for Juliet, and then left on Lima. We'll head all the way down the horn here.
United 382 descend via the Roebuck to arrival runway 2.
You can see where we're heading. I do like this King Air. One of the first aircraft that I've had that has the smart taxi or the safe taxi on it, and it does a nice job. Comes in handy.
5 miles from UMaine. Turn right heading 170. Heading maintain 2000. So established on the localizer. That's runway 15 approach.
Thinking we may need some lighting here. It's getting a little bit on the dark side. Uh-oh, there we go. This is the problem we've had in the past, where that panel disappears, and that's a bad thing, and you cannot get it back, no matter what you try. Oh boy. We did a flight here the other day. Well, not here, but we did a flight in this particular aircraft the other day, and weren't able to replicate that issue. And not 100% sure why that happens, but that's still a bit of a glitch here, and it's a pretty substantial one, honestly, because you have to, I don't remember the keyboard command to get that. Yeah, you have to continue popping that up here. Shift 5, which is a pain in the neck. I'm going to try to turn my lights back off and just see if that does anything. Hoping against all hope. Okay, that does give us that back, so yeah, it's going to be a choice, I guess, between having a little bit of a dark cockpit and having all of our instrument panel there. I think we'll take the dark cockpit. Gonna have to cross the runway here. There's no other traffic right now. Yep, just get a visual outside visual confirmation. It is coming down a little bit though. Winds 190 at 7. We still have a thunderstorm reported in the area. It's broken at 3,000, broken at 9,000. We are going to try to climb to 13,000, and we're flying completely 100% IFR today, expecting low ceilings in, oh boy, in Nantucket. And yeah, just looking forward to a challenging weather type of evening here up in the New York, sort of Boston area. All right, here comes the end of 19er. It has been a little bit frame rate heavy, but not too bad. The one thing I don't like about the Dostoevsky design airports, and I'm a fan, don't get me wrong, it's a small thing, but I don't know how to turn off all the static aircraft, and that makes a big difference, at least for me. So let's make a call. We need to jump back over to Unicom and just let everybody know what we're doing here real quick. Run through our before takeoff flow, and we'll be ready to go. Just making a call. Teterboro traffic holding short runway 19, ready for departure. Just out of curiosity, I wonder which one of those lights actually turns off the panel. Try to keep an eye on all of it as I turn things on. That last one right there, avionics G1000 lights, that's what turns it off. I'll be darned. So I can turn everything else on. Okay, that's good to know. I can actually report that, because we do have some guys that are trying to troubleshoot that back in the Flight 1 headquarters. Alright, let's extend that to begin with. Whoops. Just making one last check here of the flight plan. We're shooting a visual departure. The Dalton 2 visual. Basically, here's what we do. I've never shot this yet. Runway 19er. So we're going to be departing here, turning 280, and then proceeding north up to Hero. So we're going to, yeah, so they want to keep us clear of Newark. I'm not seeing any altitude restrictions there. I am seeing though that if it's a visual departure, we may not be able actually to fly it because our ceilings are way less. Well, no, ceilings right now broken at 3,000, so we're right at the bare minimum of where we can fly. But the bottom line is we need to head out of there at 280. Let me get that guy spun around. And then we will proceed on course. Put the CDI on GPS. That should be tracking to Hero. Let's just, again, double check with the weather. Can never check, or breezy, excuse me, breezy is what we have. Okay. Alright, I think we can do that. Put that to bed. Turn that off. Just go through the last little bit of our checklist. Parking brake, set that on for now. We do have to turn on the, sorry about that. Make sure these are on, bleed airs. We're going to put the rudder boost on. We are going to set, we're only going 13,000, so we'll go, I'll set that for about 5,000. That ought to be plenty. Rudder boost we just set on. Autopilot on. Yaw damper. Push the button there, the go around button. That gives us our proper flight director, our climb out basically. Flaps need to go to approach. Our trim set. Auto feather armed. Engine ignitions are on. Our landing lights are on. Again, we're just doing pitot heat right now. We'll kind of keep a close eye on the temperature as we climb out. If we need to throw something else on, we can. And I think that looks like we've got it. And one more call here to let people know we're taking off. And then let's switch back over to actually Boston Center. I think is going to be the first contact we make. If we're wrong, we'll get a contact me from ATC, and we'll make that call.
Monitor precipitation, extension of the next 30 miles, and then we'll be clear after that.
All right. Again, just light rain and you know, 7-knot wind, nothing huge here. But you can see the lightning kind of popping around us, and you know, that's what we're trying to obviously avoid. I do think we have a nice little window. We'll be okay here. All lined up. Power up.
United 352, contact Boston approach 133.0, slow. 33.0, next road. I was coming through as I called. Make sure that was United 352 over the approach.
Looking for 120. There's 100.
Canadian Express 362, make sure you're
A little over torque. There's 120.
For Express 362.
And we are airborne. Getting a little bit of a breeze there. Wrestle with that. Gears up. Flaps are coming up. We are going to go ahead. We are going to lean on that autopilot. Heading mode engaged. And we'll go ahead. Look at a normal climb out here. About 1,000 feet per minute should be good. Yeah, for sure, a little bumpy, no doubt about it. Pull back on the RPMs just a little bit here. Get clear of the airspace a little bit. You know, right here in the New York area, the Teterboro area, I should say, there's just a bunch of traffic. You know, JFK obviously, but LaGuardia as well. And then there's Newark. There's just a lot of fairly busy, heavy traffic areas. So they get you clear to the west. And here in just a little bit, we will turn north on course. Let's pull this up so we can look at it. Flight plan. Yeah, we're gonna pretty soon we'll make that. In fact, I'll go ahead and make that the active waypoint right now. And then when we're ready, we can turn and go grab it. Through 3,000. Okay, there we go. We're going to go ahead and make our turn heading north, and we'll pick up Beezy. Be on our way. Oh, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Oh, ho, ho. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the map shows, I think we're gonna, like I say, I think we're gonna shoot this pretty good. We'll be kind of up in this area and then heading out. I've got too many overlays on here. What do I don't need weather stations. I don't need. The rest of that's okay. Yeah, I think we've got a little window, a little bit of a spot we can bump through here relatively well. Maintaining good airspeed here and trying to climb out at 1,000. Again, we're kind of up and down, kind of all over the place a little bit as far as vertical. I would say this is definitely moderate. You know, don't feel like we've lost control, but it's definitely affecting our heading and the things we're doing here. Alright, so we're going to come up here. We're going to try to intercept this outbound heading. That'll take us to Breezy.
Okay, you're waiting to maintain for level 270, and I just need you to item.
So we are on, as you can kind of see here, we're on an intercept heading, and we can engage the nav if I can hit it. We'll fly this heading until we fly this northbound heading until we intercept, and then we'll be off to Beezy. There we go, making that turn.
Boston Center, American 5.
Keeping our power, keeping our RPM and everything up right now on the climb out. Ooh, hey, I see a little bit of blue sky, folks. I think we're just about to break out.
16,000, altimeter 293.
Zoom out just a little bit here.
Number 8 Delta Sierra, the Concord, altimeter 2984.
Alright, well, let's take a peek here at the VATSIM map. Yeah, you can see just a line of storms, couple, 2 or 3 lines of storms, and the usual just sort of evening traffic up in the Boston area. Looks like we're the only one coming in right now, but somebody is taking off out of Nantucket. I think, though, like I said, I think once we get up into this area here, we're going to be pretty well clear of things. Now, if the weather is traveling this way, you know, we may be in a little bit of trouble. We'll have to see how that plays out. Alright, through 8,000. Again, cruising altitude of 13,000. And heading on course now to Volu. Starting to make that turn. Again, I mean, I'm just seeing a little bit nicer, at least less precip. That doesn't always mean less turbulence, though. Definitely with the clouds in front of us, you can tell there's still some action. I just feel like I need to point out.
Number 8 Delta Sierra, centering an area of light to moderate precipitation, extends for the next about 50 miles.
Need to point out the conversation that's going on. You can hear in the background via text, but here's the quote from Boston Center. Obviously there's an aircraft that's having some issues with their microphone, their audio, and Boston Center said, yeah, no problem. Let me know when you have it resolved. If you ever have any questions about what we're asking to do, don't hesitate to let us know. If you're unfamiliar, we are all here to learn. In a nutshell, that's what the Boston ARTCC is all about. Holy Moses, look at what just happened to my map. Yeah. So there's that. Well, it's going to be bumpy, folks. And we're in the midst of some bad stuff right now.
Kennedy Express 362, contact on the road to 133.0. Take care.
Man, and that literally just, like, as I was telling you the story about the Boston Center, it looked like we were just about to pop out of it, and then 1 second later, everything is pink. Except for the few spots that are like yellow and a couple of reds. Oy vey. Well, we'll get up 13,000. We'll get everything kind of stabilized here for cruise. We'll set cruise power. We need to get the prop RPMs at about 1,800. We need the turbines up at about 91%. And then just kind of keep an eye on the torque, keep an eye on the temperatures. You know, obviously we want to watch the oil pressures, we want to watch the oil temperatures, fuel flows, you know, all that stuff. But 1,891 are kind of the big numbers for us right now. Apologize for the dark panel here. That's one thing that this plane is sort of historically known for. I say this plane, I mean the Flight 1 version of this plane. These lights will come on, and this will be backlit better, but not until a little bit later. It's almost like a sim time, like at, I'm trying to keep an eye out, but like at 0, you know, like at 0300 Zulu or something like that. I do have everything turned on except for this one, as we found that the Avionics G1000 lights, that switch is the one that turns off that panel. I guess I could turn this guy on. Helps a little bit, I suppose. And then there's a few of these that are in op. Alright, well there's 13,000. Let's go ahead and make our adjustments here to RPM, the prop RPM, and the turbine RPM. Alright, there's about 1,800, and turbine coming up a little bit here. Doesn't have to be right on, but that's kind of the optimum cruise power settings.
Yeah, you mentioned there was moderate trigger up at 16,000. Did the ride improve when you went higher? Did you know that? Yeah, 2350, 16,000 was reported poor by.
Don't want to go really over 91% though. As you can see, that torque gets up close to the red line there, so yeah, we can live in this area right here. I think we'll be okay. I think that'll be all right. Feels like we've smoothed out just a little bit here as well, which is, I'm sure the passengers appreciate that. Not much to look at outside, unfortunately.
Oscar, November, Charlie, Tango, and the J Fund 2 arrival. And I could probably get you a bit of a shortcut once you get past some of the weather. That'll be out here for 10 or 11 o'clock, maybe about 10:56 about 12 o'clock, so I can shortcut you from there.
So we're clear to West End with Airport via Pants and G-Sun 2 arrival, Arcan 1.
Okay, that's really backtrack.
Western Sector, Canada 1, can we get to level flight 310?
Canada 9 maintain level tree 10.
310, Canada 1.
Well, this is kind of what we're hoping for.
Okay, turn right heading 240 and when able to direct conflict.
240 and we proceed to Sunset.
And we're away from the thunderstorm activity now, just into showers, but everything kind of below us here. Overcast at 800, that's kind of what we're thinking. And Nantucket, oh, right now it's looking good actually. We're expecting, or at least earlier on when I was checking, that's a pretty low cloud layer, and thinking we would have to shoot that ILS approach maybe right down to minimums, which is kind of fun. Haven't got any contact me just yet. We are going to wait till we're a little further. Actually, this is not exact, obviously, but that's us, and we look to be within the center's airspace.
Score November Charlie Tango and G-Sun to Arrival Go.
But a lot of times when we're this close to the New York or the Kennedy airspaces, we don't get that handoff right away. But we'll go ahead and make that contact here in just a second.
And then the J-Fund to JFUSD.
Copy that there, Canada 1. Thank you very much.
Boston Center, King Air 520 Yankee Kilo at 13,000.
520 Yankee Kilo, Boston, good evening, school walk 4644, spread by your transponder on.
4644, 520 Yankee Kilo. .44, and we'll recycle mode Charlie.
Number 0 Yankee Kilo, radar contact 12 miles southwest of New Haven, maintain 13,000, altimeter 2984.
Maintain 13,000, 2984. Thanks, 520 Yankee Kilo.
American 5.
All right, we're on course. We did not get any kind of IFR clearance because, again, there was no ATC. But this is a recommended route and looked to be pretty similar to what I've flown in the past. I can't say that I've necessarily flown from Teterboro to Nantucket per se, but I've flown from the New York area to the Nantucket area before, and this is kind of the basic route that they take. Man, I don't even want to show you that one. Let me show you the Navigraph version here because it's just a little bit easier to see without all that weather.
So yeah,
this they kind of just keep you right along the coast here, And you know, I've been into Martha's Vineyard, up here Cape Cod area, obviously Nantucket, and that felt like, you know, like it was going to be the right approach. Now, speaking of right, this was the right route. Speaking of arrivals, we can let's see, that one's an RNAV. So the newbie 3 is looking like it's our boy, and yeah, that's a non-RNAV. As you kind of get a little bit of a feel here, it's actually just you know, it's up here. No, it comes down to down here to depot. That's a firm 20 Yankee Kilo. That makes it easy.
Pursuing Kilo, Quebec, Nantucket Airport, and going runway 24 minutes of visual approach if you want to entertain runway 6 that is available as well. Wind 1708, let me know you like.
Okay, clear direct Nantucket. Yeah, we'll go take a look and advise the runway 20 Yankee Kilo. Sweet. Well, here we are talking about approaches, and our friend at center just made it very, very easy for us. Love it when that happens. Okay, back over to the back over to the flight plan here. Push that button, scroll down. We're going to go to Nantucket. We are going to make this the active leg. Actually, we're going to do, instead of that, we're going to go direct to Nantucket. We're going to click enter and enter again to activate. And so we were cleared for the visual approach. And since the winds are kind of squirrely, 150 at 8. Alright, I just have to take one last look here. Alright, since the winds are a little bit different, he's given us a choice of where we want to go. So let's just take a pick. Oh man, that guy's radio is bad. Holy cow.
November 8, Delta Sierra Roger, and what approach would you like to make?
So right now, 150 at 8, it would make sense. Runway 15. He did say we could take runway 6. Also, if we wanted a little bit bigger runway, a little bit longer, but I think we can. I think we'd be okay. Runway 15. So I think we'll request that. We have a little bit of time before we have to declare there. What I am liking, though, is I do think we've kind of caught a little bit of a break in the weather. It's kind of nasty where we're at right now. We're kind of right in here. We're just about out of it. And I think we're going to be able to be down basically on the ground before any of this stuff gets us. I haven't been able to confirm 100% which direction this is tracking anyway. If it's going towards Nantucket or a little bit more north, maybe towards Boston. Hard to tell. All I know is we're clear of it for now, and I'll take that. We'll have to descend through a little bit of cloud layer, but shouldn't be too bad. All right, all my pressures, temps are looking great. Everything there is looking fantastic. I actually forgot to turn off the landing and taxi lights. Outside air temp is 34, so it's right on the verge. We may, on the descent, we may go ahead and flip those anti-ice on. I don't need the auto feather or the engine ignitions on. Should have had those turned off a while ago.
Velocity 41, clear at comms.
What else have I missed with my after takeoff checklist?
Velocity 41,
Prop sync, yeah, doggone it, that needs to be on.
Level 380.
Alright, everything else, climb power set, auto feather off, torque is about 91%.
Cross crank at maintain 7,000, New York altimeter 2979.
Pressures and temps, yep, prop sync.
Cross crank, 7,000.
Everything else looks good, okay.
There's your Yankee Kilo, the block island altimeter 2988.
2988 for 20 Yankee Kilo, and we'd like to request a runway 15 approach into Nantucket.
For Yankee Kilo, expected there's approach runway 15 for the airport is right.
20 YK. Alright, 2998. No, 2988. There we go. Turn the flight plan off so we can track here heading north. And let's, now that we've got a little bit of a view, let's hop outside and take a look at the sights and sounds. Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Oh, I hope that is coming across on the stream like it is on my monitor. That's pretty phenomenal. One of the benefits about flying at this time at night.
Go 614 Bob Letter, good evening, ident. Go 614, contact time off with Mr. Kennedy. And for traffic, come and maintain I'll make it for level 190 for now, and turn right at 090, have on course in a moment. You're right heading 090 and 19 now. Air Canada 6, Christian Air Canada 71, for the rest bottom, that will keep you clear of the wire. That's Alpha, uniform, Tango, uniform, Mike, and then you can go to J52.
Sorry, Erica. Customer Tower didn't understand anything again. Center.
The 951, clear direct autumn. That's AUTUM. The work was to be clear of the weather, but it gives you a bit of a short cut. Direct autumn.
We direct autumn Arcana and 1.
Level 614, clear traffic, climb and maintain level 210, so that's Cody.
Alright, clear level 210, direct for 20. Boston Center, good evening. 466 level 310.
784, safety 6 Boston, good evening.
It's not often that I'll just leave it on an outside view like this, but sometimes you just have to. Alright, back inside, we do have to start thinking a little bit about descent planning here. We're direct Nantucket 70 miles out and looking at a visual approach into runway 15. So let's take a look. Let's pull some information up here. Or even get a little bit of that purple sunset sky here. That's cool. Do have an RNAV approach if we need it. Let's just pull that up and get a little bit of a feel. So kind of head up here to Hockle, and then you make your way in on a 151 heading. So it looks like we need to be about 2,000 when we're there at the initial approach fix. That's probably not exactly what we're going to do. We'll probably get cleared for the most part. Well, it might be, because this is an area that they like to, if possible, they like to keep you away from it, just for noise abatement. And so, yeah, we may just kind of keep that in mind as we're planning. But the bottom line is, I'm just double checking here. 151 is going to be the heading we need, and
I don't
Airport
control the
elevation
York,
is
sir. I'm very sorry to see
47
that over there right
feet.
now.
Everything else looks pretty standard.
I do not control New York.
So we're going to pop into heading mode here so that we can set the approach heading. And again, this is going to be more... actually, no, we don't need that because, like I say, we're just...
7614, maintain 30
Now we'll set it just in case we need to use it as a reference. So 151.
Take it for that 614. 614, maintain 300 knots or greater. 300 knots or greater, 614.
It's there just in case we need it.
Visual aircraft, regular segment 19er Echo, Delta 03550 for Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and coastal waters. Operation, Tower, Center, 6 frequencies. Kilo, descend top description, maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, 520 Yankee Kilo. Pilot's discretion. Well, I'd say we're getting to about 50 miles from the airfield, so it probably is not a bad time just to go ahead and head down here. 5,000, we'll use VS mode. Thinking about 1,000 feet per minute, and there we go. The backlights are on, and now it just looks fantastic. I don't know why. What time is it right now? Anything in particular? 0217. I don't know if that's the magic number or what. I don't know if it has something to do with maybe lights coming on in the scenery. But again, all I know is it sure is a lot nicer when you can see what the heck's going on. Oh, let's get it back to nav mode, by the way. I want to pick up that, stay on that heading. Well, it's been a beautiful night. I hope you have enjoyed the flight. The best is yet to come. As always, the landings are entertaining. Prayers are appreciated. And hopefully we'll be successful at executing this visual approach into Nantucket Memorial Airfield. Almost a little disappointed that we're receiving clear conditions. It's just, this is one of those airfields that's so well known for low ceilings and fog, and it's always interesting. I'm going to back the power off just a little bit. We're creeping up there close to 250. We don't need to be anywhere near that. So we'll pull back on the turbine a little bit here. This plane will slow down in a hurry, so it's not, we don't need to panic. It's not a glider like the 737. It's hard to get the 737 slowed down. This is not that plane.
Yeah, you're pointing the wrong way. Just landing 130.
Yeah, we're going to turn in over like 10 seconds, okay, that's the one.
Center November 6, Juliet Papa up to 7.5 for 8,000.
November Resort 6 Juliet Papa Box Center, good evening. The Worcester altimeter 2989er.
289ers.
Happy to leave that weather behind.
United 2350, leave my airspace.
And there we have Nantucket Island in view. Again, I'm thinking that we'll be probably cleared. I've been scrambling to try to find the airport information that tells us about the noise abatement procedure. And for the life of me, I'm not finding it. But I am almost 100% positive that they want us to go around. Like there's some resorts or something there. I'm almost sure that they want us to vector around that and then in to runway 15. Since we're on, well, we'll stay on the direct to until we're told different. But I'd be surprised if we weren't given a vector here at some point in time. The descent has started. I need to take the prop sync off. We're below 10,000 feet. So let's turn the landing and taxi lights on. We'll turn the auto ignition back on. Auto feather will arm. Let's see what else we need to do here on the approach. Approach is loaded. We do need to take a look at the altimeter 29901 into Nantucket. We'll make that change. Whoops. 29901. Approach course set. Decision height. $270. Missed approach will be departs runway heading. It's a visual approach, so we'll get vectors back to the airfield, probably left traffic pattern. And almost can see those I think are part of the buildings there of the airfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Air Canada 971, descend and maintain 1,000, Boston altimeter 29987.
Could be wrong.
1000, Air Canada 971.
I guess there's a possibility he could take me south around the island south and then enter that left-hand traffic pattern as well. I don't know. I've never shot the visual runway 15. Let's just see what they tell us though. Alright, down to 5,000. We'll level off and our speed will come down for us as well.
Center, November 6 to the pop.
November 6 to the Papa Bravo.
And for November 6 to the Papa, right now we're going to 20 November. Is there any way we can divert over to Bravo?
That must not be the airfield. Must just be some resorts and stuff like that.
November 6 to the Papa.
Thinking that might be. Now everything I look at looks like the airfield. We are closing in here, only 17 miles. So we're getting to the outskirts of what you should be able to see. There's that Orbix flicker. Kind of makes me feel like that's where we're going.
Good evening, 2182, level 2, round Joe.
Denver 2182, Boston FedEx.
Okay, we're going to try to get the speed down to around 190 and just kind of hold it there until we know exactly what it is we're doing.
We're 8, over 6, Papa, expect visual approach. Sure, so with the ILS being the weather there. Verify you have the weather and expect the ILS runway 20 approach.
Alright, if we do not have the weather, then you'll expect the ILS 20 approach from 62 o'clock.
Sure, Papa. The current Springfield altimeter is 2984, wind 1908, with 10 light lane, 1,900 scattered, doing 3,500 overcast. Temperature 23, dew point 19, altimeter 2984.
Alrighty, thanks for that. 6 o'clock.
Number 6, Juliet Papa, turn right heading 2900, back to the final.
Alrighty, right, 290 for 6 o'clock.
Yeah, there's definitely our runway lights.
FedEx 466, pilot's discretion, maintain level 240.
7240, FedEx 466.
28 kilos in the maintain 3000 for the airport.
Down 3,000, 520 Yankee Kilo. Pull the power back again just a little bit. Don't want to get
American 436, Boston FedEx.
don't want to get too quick here. Yep, I'll get a low. Yeah.
Major 80 kilo, turn out heading 06 of the airport of the future 1 to 2 o'clock and 7 miles east of 1140 to set.
Left turn 060 and we have the field 20 YK.
Major 80 kilo, clear this pressure runway 15.
Clear for the visual runway 15, 520 Yankee Kilo. Alright, let's get to our turn 060.
Boston approach 133.0.
Let's flip this over to... Yep, there we go. That's what we're looking at. We'll be basically on the base leg right now. And
Take care to the 971, contact Boston approach 133.0.
again, the idea here...
Contact
about 1100 is...
1230,
The Yankee Kilo, runway 15, clear to land, the wind 138.
Clear to land runway 15, 520 Yankee Kilo. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure we get down there.
This is a pilot's discretion, maintain level 240.
There's our runway.
TV number 2401, over 20.
Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Throw a notch of flaps in.
Center, good evening, American 476.
Make our turn. Let's see how close we are.
To the northeast of JFK.
I feel like we're a little bit high. Oh, and we're climbing. That's not good.
Good evening.
That is not good.
Clearly, Boston Airport, be in present position. Probably the spelling is Papa.
Flaps in. We've got our gear down. We see the runway. We've got a gear horn going off.
India. And then fly the roebuck.
Alright, speed's coming down a little bit slow. We need 120. Excuse me, we need 110 for our VREF.
Alright, clear to the Boston Airport via Provi, and then join the roebuck.
And we're definitely plenty high here.
476.
Right, Craig, FedEx 466 via the J2 arrival.
But I think we'll be okay. We're not going to get crazy here.
The roebuck 422 left approach for FedEx 466.
Flaps are full. Definitely try to keep our speed under control here. Keep our descents a little bit steep. honestly.
5,000 calling, but I missed your initial check on there. Look quiet. Say again.
Are getting blown a little bit left of course here.
515 level 10.
As much better, thank you. American 355 off for the pump and maintain level 360.
360, American 360.
Yeah, we've got a lot of altitudes yet to lose, don't we, guys?
Water turbulence up to about 16,000. That's just half of that, at least as high as 24. I don't know what more above that.
Pretty steep in the descent, honestly. Let's just see how it shakes out, though. Turn that flight director off. Yeah, we're getting there. We may be okay after all. There's 1,100. Try to keep 110 if we can.
500.
Yeah, we actually are down fairly close here, so I think we'll be okay. Famous last words.
Number 6 to Papa, turn left heading 280.
280 now, 6 Pop.
Still a tiny bit high, but not bad.
Austin Center, IFMC is acting up. Is there any way we can get help getting vectored in for FedEx 466?
FedEx 466, 8 fly heading 110 and maintain level 240.
Yeah, a little bit of a floater.
110 and we'll maintain 240 on the altitude. Sorry about that, 466.
Beta came on really late here, but that's okay. We had a lot of room until we were off anyway. Kind of drifted a little to the right of the runway, had trouble holding that center line, but all in all, not my worst.
Number 0 Kilo, make the pitching at the end, taxi runway 30, and Charlie the ramp, cross runway 24. Have a good night.
Okay, we're hanging a right, and Charlie, cross runway 24 to the ramp, 520 Yankee Kilo. Thanks, we'll see you. All right.
Welcome. Number 2182, going to maintain 1,000 over the altimeter, 279.
We're just going to call you the beginning of 240 and we'll continue to 1,000. Over to calling it.
All right. Welcome to Nantucket. I'll hop out back here and just take a look-see. Those of you that tagged along with me, sorry, thanks, appreciate it. I'm going to try not to taxi off the side of the runway here. Boy, if you just get a little bit crooked on this bird, it's sensitive on the taxi. But we're just pulling up some other information here to let you know what I've got going on the stream. Tomorrow night we will be doing the Friday night ops. It's the title is Summer Sizzle, and it's down at the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I have decided that I'm going to take the DC-8 from Denver down to Dallas-Fort Worth.
FedEx 466, descend to J-Fund 2.
So that should be a lot of fun. We'll be looking at a departure time, somewhere in that midnight Zulu. Might be a little bit later than that, but as always, that's an estimated time. And then Saturday, ZTL has an event that's happening
Runway 476, maintain
down in Atlanta,
and
we're going to fly 737 from Miami up to Atlanta. Should be a lot of fun as well. That time may be a little bit different than our normal, than the event time. I've got another, actually another,
runway 19 approach.
I don't want to call it an obligation, but something else going on Saturday night. I may not be able to fly that during the event itself, so we may be on a little bit earlier. And you know, still want to fly it. It's still a fun route, but yeah, I may pop up a little bit earlier than normal, and then after that, you know, next Monday, you know, it's been a while since we've done the Moncton Monday. Where are we at here? Let's see if I can find a spot to park. So we are planning on flying Moncton Monday.
87. If you're unable to meet any of the restrictions, just let me know and we can work out the link way.
Be going Halifax down to Boston on that particular trip. And then after that, we're going to be offline for a little bit. And so just kind of a special, I guess, special request. My wife is having a surgical procedure, and we've got to travel Tuesday, and she has the procedure done on Wednesday, and then we'll be traveling back. So, you know, we'd appreciate any prayers for safe travel, for a successful procedure. It's a quite a long trip back, honestly, and so I'm a little worried about her comfort level and pain level and all that. So, you know, just any prayers you can toss our way, really appreciate that. Yeah, until then, though, that's going to do it, I think, for us tonight. We'll shut her down. We'll call it good. I may fly another one here, what the heck, but that'll be it for the stream. So you guys have yourself a wonderful Thursday. I hope to see you on TCAS down the road. Take care. God bless.